April 5th, 1994. Two systems were set into motion on that day. One was a new life, my daughter, Megan, pure, flawless potential. The other was a federal decision that would quietly corrupt a generation's ability to think, feel, and heal. But there was a third system failing that day, one I didn't have a name for yet. While I was bringing life into the world, my own world was in a total system collapse. I was navigating a divorce, a betrayal, and a pregnancy all at once. And in that fire, my brain did something brilliant. It installed a piece of code that allowed me to survive. It saved me then, but it's been draining my battery ever since. Welcome to the sandbox. Let's look at your source code.
In my professional life, I'm a director. I build infrastructure. I fix systems. I show up when the environment fails. And in 1994, the environment did fail. That year, a decision was made that left our schools without national standards for environmental quality. We regulate the air our cars breathe, but not the air our children breathe while they're learning to. A child in a toxic environment doesn't just get sick. Their potential is stunted at the code level. Their output is corrupted by the container. And I realized I was doing the exact same thing to myself. While I was fighting for clean air in schools, I was suffocating in my own home. I was pregnant with Megan, and I found out her father had fathered another child with someone else while I was carrying her.
The system of us had crashed. I was going through a divorce while bringing a new soul into the world. I had to keep the hardware running for her. So I made a choice. I installed a survival protocol. I didn't have the luxury of falling apart. So I learned how to stand outside the fire instead of dancing inside it.
I built a firewall around my heart that nothing, not even my own pain, could get through. In the language of spiritual tech, we call this the South Node. Mine is in Aquarius, and it is the ultimate legacy operating system for anyone who needs to survive by detaching. It installed 4 specific subroutines that kept me standing for 30 years. 1, strategic detachment. I learned how to be the observer of my own life. If I didn't get too close to the core of the agony, I could keep the system running. 2, intellectualized pain. I turned my trauma into data points, processing feelings through an analytical filter. I could explain my divorce with clinical precision. I knew the why, but I couldn't feel the ouch. I became a high-functioning professor of my own trauma. 3, the belonging bug. I learned how to contribute to the group, the school district, the community, by not needing too much for myself. I stayed safe by staying small in my needs. 4, the protected heart. I kept the heart behind a firewall. It was brilliant. It got me through 1994, but 30 years later, that code is the very thing draining my battery. Which one of those 3 bugs did you just recognize in yourself? Take a breath. That recognition is the diagnostic. That moment of, oh, that's me. That's the ECC trademark method beginning to work. Because you cannot recode what you cannot see. If you want the full ECC trademark diagnostic in written form, I built it into the Self-Recode Journal. I'll link it below. But stay with me, because we're about to do the recode. You might be running this code too. If you've done the therapy and the journaling, but you still feel like you're outside the fire, that's not a failure. It's a protocol. And today, we're hitting the upgrade button. Protocol initiated. The recode is moving from that Aquarius South Node detachment into the Leo North Node embodiment. It's stopping the analysis and starting the radiance. It's stepping into the fire because you realize you are the fire. You were installed into a system that failed before you arrived, but you are the system architect now. You have the root access. You get to decide what code stays and what code gets deleted. The first step in the ECC trademark method is simple recognition. In the comments, I want you to finish this line. The system taught me that I had to stay safe. I had to stay small, quiet, unseen, untrue, unhappy. If you're ready for the full 29-day protocol, The Self-Recode Journal is the manual for your internal OS. Link is in the description. Get the manual for your internal OS. Here is what I know now that I wish I had known in 1994. Children cannot optimize in a toxic environment, not because they're weak, but because optimization requires a stable infrastructure. You are no different. You cannot heal in an environment, internal or external, that was never designed to support your growth. You're not broken. You never were. You were installed into a system that had already failed before you arrived, and you adapted. You survived. You endured. And now, right now, you are here running a diagnostic on yourself. That is not a small thing. That is the beginning of a full system upgrade. The 1994 decision didn't just fail our children's lungs. It installed a collective belief that broken systems are the cost, that we should manage the damage instead of fixing the source. I'm here to tell you that belief has an expiration date, and it expired the moment you pressed play. So here's your next step inside the sandbox. Not a goal, not a resolution, a recode. In the comments, finish this sentence. The environment I was installed into taught me that I drop it below. That sentence is your source code. I read every single one. If you want to go deeper, the Self-Recode Journal takes you through a 29-day protocol to identify and rewrite the inherited code. Link is available below. And if you're new here, welcome to the sandbox. We don't fix you here, we upgrade you. Subscribe because next week we're going deeper into what happens next. What happens when your healing protocol conflicts with your identity code? That one will hit different. I'm Lori. You're not broken. You're just coded. And the recode starts now.